Starcraft's awesome.
Oh crap.
But yeah, we should just continue.
Who plays
talking
Starcraft
about
here? Who has played Starcraft?
I have played
Starcraft 2. Oh,
Yeah,
Starcraft 2.
I have
Both
1 and 2.
Starcraft and Starcraft 2.
Yeah.
To be honest, I have 4 copies.
I played Starcraft 1 on Nintendo 64 because I'm just that
That's
hardcore.
that was
terrible.
no
I
what?
know,
That
right?
was
It's
awesome.
the shittiest version.
Oh, I mean it was
Wait,
bad.
wait,
It was
wait.
fun. I liked it.
It has
I
split
enjoyed
screen.
it.
Okay, and I have dual
Case
monitors.
closed. I got to play an RTS with a joystick.
And I got...
Well, technically, you
I
can
like-
still
I don't know
play
how-
Okay, let's
Well-
break out Flight Simulator 10.
And now we're on to the strong point.
It's like honestly, I'm kind of like sitting there going like, let's play some Starcraft. Zerg,
I was-
Zerg, 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 Protoss, Zerg, Zerg, Zerg.
That's how it would have been if
trying
Ghost
to
came
get-
out.
Would you like, would that be good, a duck hunt version of Starcraft? You're sitting there like standing there like you're a ghost and just...
That would have been Starcraft
Mutants.
right there.
Oh,
And now we know why I scrapped it.
and you're just waiting, it's like, oh, I got a power glove, cloak.
Oh, wait, yeah, you can't shoot.
Like that would just be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
But the
Didn't it have terrible like frame rates?
Yeah,
So-
it was pretty bad.
It didn't have like terrible
Which
frame
one?
rate. It was like really
Oh,
chuggy.
the
It was right when the
it was
N64
compatible with the
dying.
Nintendo 64 RAM expansion.
You had to
It's
have
a
the
massive 16 megabytes.
You had to have the expansion.
Ooh!
I'm pretty sure
It was like that in Donkey
it's-
Kong.
Yeah,
for some reason.
and Perfect Dark. Like,
Oh yeah, well, Perfect Dark was awesome.
Yeah, but
I say good things.
I didn't understand what like how someone thought that was a good idea at the time. Going like, okay, we got this awesome game. Downside, it can't fit on your console. and Nintendo's like, this is not the problem. Give us 1 second. And they're just like, new memory card. Well, how do people use it? They have to buy it from us. Oh, money printing machine. Like they've been doing it for so long. I realized like everything they do is a money printing scam. Like they're like, oh, it doesn't work, but we can make it work for money. And it's always like, this is the worst business model I've ever seen. It's like, oh, your GameCube doesn't work? That's fine. You can buy a Wii. Because it works with GameCube games as well. And you're like, you bastards, why would you do that?
I kind of thought that the entire reason behind the Nintendo 64 controller was just to create a market for third-party controllers, because it was like the world's first like 3-handled controller.
3 handles. You're like, but I only. What?
Your dominant thumb gets the middle joystick.
You're like right middle.
I think
Wait,
at the
this can only
beginning,
mean one thing.
I think in the beginning it was kind of like, it was supposed to be a way where people wouldn't throw it anymore because it's like, it's implanted kind of into you. Like you have that third part where you don't want to get mad and shake it because you might hit your
Implanted
dick with
into
it,
you.
so you might be like, the middle guy got me. Okay. Or and if you throw it, it's like in the shape of a boomerang, so you just be like, okay, I'm not as mad anymore about the game. So much more about the console part.
Okay, wait, stick.
That's
Robopack. Robopack.
I have to say, I've thrown a lot of controllers. I've broken PlayStation controllers, but I've never thrown and broken Nintendo 64.
Because they were made like.
But I have Mario Partied a Nintendo 64
You
controller.
never
to death.
threw and broke a Nintendo 64 controller because every single surface of it had another button that was required for some different game somewhere.
True.
It had buttons on the top, it had buttons on literally on the bottom of the controller, on the back of like the little penis thing in the middle. And it had movement controls on all 3 sides.
Yeah, I didn't
because you
realize.
used the C buttons to move too. So.
Yeah, and that was the worst. I didn't like going back and playing old N64 games. I completely forgot that was how you move.
And you don't aim at anything. There's
Yeah,
no
no.
aiming.
Yeah, and that was like.
It's pretty square.
Like,
C
until
up,
you
C
learn
down,
about-
C left, C right.
Yeah, and it was such an odd because I'm so used to every controller now has like you move camera with one and person with the other.
Yeah,
Like that's always how it's been because it's more flexible.
Science.
And holding the C button, you're like, God damn it! Why would you turn to a little bit of an angle? You're like, you can't do that. You got to move the middle part. Well, it's in the worst position. It's like I can't press the other buttons on the side. You're like,
Check this out. My dad used to play because big hands. He would play with one here, and then he would like use
That's
the
what I did.
joystick like this.
That's how I did.
So he could hit all the buttons at once. I was like, this isn't fair.
I would
Like, how
play
am I
Melee
supposed to
like
keep
that
with
too. Just left hand over the D-pad, and you just like.
Yeah, you
This is how I do it. That's
You
it.
have to be like, all right, put it down.
It's just like a keyboard almost.
I mean, and then you have the next extreme, I think, which was Dreamcast, where they figured, well, you know what? It was so hard putting so many buttons into such a small area. We're gonna give you a giant controller with barely any buttons on it.
Yes.
And you're like, why would you do this? This is so worse.
And there's a window in the middle.
put
For
like
what?
your-
Stick a little memory card in there.
Tamagotchi pet in your controller.
Yeah, and all it does is it shows you the logo of the game. Thanks! I knew what I was playing! I didn't need a refresher! And you looked at it was like kind of like how you have the keyboards that have your stats on it. It's the worst idea, because you don't take your eyes away from the screen to look down. So you're like, I wonder how much health I have. Oh, well, it's going down really fast. You're like, oh, because the health already on the screen. Why didn't someone think this was a stupid idea? Like, there's never a moment I'm looking at my keyboard going like, you know, oh, okay, I gotta move this way. Okay, good. I'm not dying. All right. How much ammo I got left? Okay, it's running out. It's running out. It's running. I should really be looking at the screen. It would be helping. I mean, and it was the same with the Dreamcast. It would tell you like your score on the bottom, but it's like, isn't it in the top right corner? So why does it matter? And if you took it out, it didn't do much. Like aside from when Sonic Adventures came out, and you could put like your little
that was pretty cool.
Like those what were they called?
The Tamagotchi pet things.
Yeah, basically Tamagotchi.
Yeah, and like that was the only use for it, aside from being a memory stick. Like there was no reason for a screen on it whatsoever, just except to make it like an expensive $50 memory card that had like what 256 megabytes on it. It was terrible. Like you're like, oh cool, I could fit half of anything on this. And it's just like, the only cool thing was like you go into the main screen and you can like tell it what kind of logo you want. So when you first put it in and you just turn on
custom logo.
Yeah, it was like, for mine it was always like a cow. It was just a cow head. I was like, what? This has nothing to do with gaming. Like I'm not playing Farmville. What the heck? They didn't have any good features. There wasn't like a skull or anything manly or cool. It was always like a cow or a moon or stars.
Hey, stars can be manly, right?
No,
No.
Never.
Cows are cooler, they have horns.
Alright,
They don't have
I'll tell you
horns.
guys about my tattoos.
A lot of cows
It's a
have
bull.
horns.
The only thing that
I've seen a
stars
horned
have
cow.
direct, the only thing that stars have direct connections to in video games are Mario, furries, and Kirby.
Although Mario pretty much is video games, kind of.
Yeah.
Mario's pretty solid.
Mario's been around
He's a
for
great
forever.
guy.
There's some summation of all video game
Yeah.
culture.
Ooh, here's the
Absolutely.
trivia. Did you guys know that Mario's hair is different from his mustache color?
Yes.
Different
Is
shades.
his hair? Wait.
Brown.
It's brown and his
Brown.
mustache
Mustache
is
is
black.
black.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what color his specific clothes are. They seem to alternate.
Red and blue.
Like if you play,
It's
on
a standard
yeah, well,
plumber
the same
outfit.
colors, yeah. But like if you play on like the first Nintendo, and then you go to like 64 or whatever, like I'm pretty sure his color's inverted.
Yeah, his colors did invert.
And at one point he was brown.
Yeah.
He's like brown and orange.
It was a bad day for plumbing.
He fell into the
That's really gross.
My only curious question is like, how does one deal with this, like, you know, the bad pun, shell shock of that? Like, hey, yo, I'm a normal, like, plumber, and then it's like, want. Suddenly I'm in the Mushroom Kingdom, and it's like, either he's really tripping balls, or there's just something wrong with what drain he was, like, whose drain or whose shitter was he in that he just got teleported to Mushroom Kingdom?
Yeah.
I think after getting barrels thrown at him by a giant ape, he just kind of was ready for it.
But I mean, like, that no one thought that was an interesting safety violation of construction code. Just, sir, I don't think you can have monkeys throwing barrels off of the top of your building. And it's like, no, we'll get a plumber to fix it.
Wait, is he
It was like, that seems like an obvious. Well, I don't think a plumber's gonna stop a monkey situation, but I'm all for it.
Was he on top of a building or?
He was on top of a construction building.
I'm pretty sure it was a
Oh.
skyscraper that was
It looks like a
entirely designed
skyscraper
for
with
handicap
scaffolding
access.
still on it and ladders.
It was like
Every floor had ramps.
yeah, well, he made them. He would always climb to the top and just jump on it, and it was the most poorly constructed skyscraper because it would just be like
because they were just
hit,
floating girders.
Maybe Donkey Kong was just the owner, and he just showed up one day, saw what his building was like, and was just angry. Stole a woman, started throwing barrels. I mean, that's what.
Well, that kind of makes sense. I mean, he already has a tie.
Oh, that is true.
It was
Business!
He's an angry
a
businessman.
disgruntled employee.
Yeah,
He's like,
absolutely.
can't fire Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong, fire you! And he's like, pick up the woman, just run on top of the building. And I was like, you got to do that! I fired you! Give me back your wife!
He just wants his woman back. Like, come on, man.
Like, yeah, who's the villain in that? Is that Donkey Kong? Is he the...
Yeah.
I mean,
Because you end up beating up his
Donkey Kong's
kid.
not really a bad
Donkey
guy.
Kong's a
but-
villain in the way like King Kong was a villain, where like he's there and he's a threat,
But how
sort
do you
of.
get
But
it?
he's
It's just the
but he's
run,
made a
right?
threat by everyone else in the
But-
movie.
But, you know, I don't know, it's always been kind of a weird thing, because it's kind of like that Disney situation where, how did a monkey have higher intelligence and no one seems to notice? Like, there are all these animals with higher intelligence, and then you have Mario, the human, who's sitting here going like, it's okay, I completely understand, turtles can talk. And you're like, I don't